Hello everybody, it's Kadzo with Kadzoweforafrica. Welcome to my channel. Today I will cover the subject of scholarships for international students. My grandfather used to say, Akiba Hayozi, which means that a good reserve will never decay. So I want you to pay attention to that as I go through the material today. There are three levels of study in the United States. The first is a bachelor's degree. The second is a master's degree. And the third is the PhD level. The next thing I'll cover is actually the costs, so that you can have an idea about what you need the scholarships for in terms of the costs intended. In the United States, there are 5 tuition and fees, room and board, health insurance, books, and your personal expenses. 1. Tuition and fees. Tuition and fees, folks, basically covers the basic foundation of your education. In essence, like we call it in Kenya, that is your school fees. This is the most critical foundation of your education. 2. Health insurance. Health insurance is mandatory for all students attending undergraduate institutions, master's and PhD programs in the United States. Now, I know in many countries that is optional, but in the United States, if you are admitted under the F1 student visa, it is critical that you enroll in some kind of health insurance. This is one of those options that we call a variable option, because you can get multiple types of price ranges when it comes to your health insurance. 3. Room and board. Room and board pretty much covers you when you travel to your intended institution. You do get an opportunity to have your housing provided for you, and for domestic students as well, and this is right on campus. In some institutions, you do have to live your first year on campus. In other institutions, that is optional and up to you to decide. So pay into consideration what your institution mandates you to do as you consider this expense. 4. Your books. Your books are really what you plan to spend when you are studying abroad, and this includes any textbooks, materials needed for your course. I know some people who, for example, pursue art, they have to buy materials related to that subject area. Those in the sciences have to buy particular content related to what they study. So books is really a variable option. It depends on your major and what your program is looking for. The first scholarship I will talk about is the merit-based scholarship. Merit-based scholarship is for any student coming in from a high school education who has actually done really well academically. And so for most of us international students, the virtue of being awarded an F1 visa at the US Embassy is based on how we performed. So this is why the likelihood of receiving the merit-based scholarships, if we know what they are, is pretty high. So make sure that you look for the merit-based scholarship as you look into your application process. Need-based scholarships are based on financial need. So if you are an international student who is coming from a family background where it is not affordable for you to go to college, or it's an expensive affair, but you are qualified to go to that institution, what the institution will do is if you apply for the need-based scholarship, is they may award you some funds. The scholarship is athletic-based scholarships. Now I know this is actually strange and unfamiliar. A lot of international students, because of what happens in the countries, do not quite understand how you can get an athletic scholarship. But what happens in the United States is that if a student coming in from high school excelled in some kind of sport or athletic endeavor, for example, if you are really good at playing soccer, if you're really good at playing basketball, if you're really good at playing tennis, if you're really good at swimming, for example, excelling in those skills, again, this is the US, it is the land of opportunity, so I know some of this information may be shocking to you, but there are individuals who go on full scholarship based on an athletic scholarship. And so if you have skill in those areas, do not be afraid to ask about the opportunities for these athletic scholarships. In fact, I know a lot of international students play soccer. Some of you are really good with rugby, which is equivalent to American football. So those could be some things that you could look into as you are exploring opportunities for scholarship. The final scholarship category that I'd like to share with you today is leadership-based. A leadership-based scholarship comes in various names and descriptions, But the most popular is, if you've heard of anything that's listed as International Ambassador Award, Leadership Award. And basically, folks, what it means to you as an international student when it comes to those kind of awards is that as a high school student, if you were involved in student groups and activities, if you held a leadership position, maybe you were involved in drama, maybe in the music choir, some kind of leadership activity, something outside of your academic lifestyle, then the leadership award might be something that you might consider. I know I was fortunate to have gotten an International Ambassador Award as an undergraduate student, and this helped me greatly in terms of my experiences and financial needs as an undergraduate student. What I did actually that was really interesting was I went out to the community to talk about Africa, and actually ended up winning an International Ambassador Award from my undergraduate institution. So you can use these scholarships and awards to be able to do better. So don't be afraid to ask, especially if you've been involved in leadership opportunities, for any kind of leadership-based or ambassador-based award. So to wrap things up, we had a very good discussion together today. We discussed some information about the kinds of education in the United States. We talked about the costs that you should anticipate. We also talked about the different kinds of scholarships awarded to students. So what I have done for you is I have provided you some links. If you look down in the comment area of this YouTube video, you will see some direct links for you to be able to access scholarship opportunities. What I have, however, done for my subscribers, because I know some of you are really in the process of applying right now and are taking this very seriously. So if you are taking this process seriously and you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. It's at the bottom of this video in red. You just have to click subscribe. If you subscribe to my channel, I will actually give you a list of specific institutions in the United States that offer opportunities. So that's actually what I'm going to do to the subscribers I currently have. So remember, there are links down here that you could explore, so you can definitely take a look at those. But if you are interested in a list of schools, in a list of specific scholarships and amounts, please subscribe to my channel so that I know you're interested. And then what I'll do, I'll email those to you directly in your inbox so that you can have that information as you are considering educational opportunities. This video today will actually cover the undergraduate part of scholarships. I had intended to cover both undergraduate and master's and PhD, but due to time, I will cover the undergraduate portion in this video today, and I will also have another video today that will cover the graduate portion of scholarships as well. So make sure that you look at these two videos today on my channel to be able to get the most information.